My GF asked to open the relationship, and I just pointed her to the door. So, like the title says, Mike 43 meters GF 36F asked that we open the relationship, and I just pointed her to the door. It was too much. I strongly believe that in a monogamous relationship when someone asks to open it, well is because that person saw something else out there and is ready to try it instead of working in the relationship. Basically is blindsiding her partner. So I have being with Fran 36 over the last 2 years and a half, almost 2 as a couple. I thought that things were moving smoothly and was about to ask her to move in at the beginning of April, but lately she was acting rather distant. So I decided to wait a little and watch. I was cheated on the past, so I'm a little curious with some signs. Out of nowhere this last Friday she asked me to open the relationship. She gave me all her big speech, and when she ended her presentation, I asked her if she has someone in mind, because it's not like we decided today and basically going out with other persons tomorrow. Basically I trick her into tell me what I already knew, and yes she has someone in mind, which means to me, that either she already did it or she has all set up. So I got up, walk around the apartment while she was trying to sell that this could be good for both us and our relationship. By the time she ended talking I hand her one of my sport bags with all her stuff in it, and tell her to left the spare key over the table on her way out, that we are done and she knows why. Then I went to the couch and turned on the TV, just trying to look indifferent and save face. She was speechless for a while, about to cry, but before she couldn't say something, I tell her that I didn't want to talk about anything and she should leave. As soon as she left, I felt like crap, so unworthy, cried a little and as right now I'm still mourning. My phone has going almost nuclear with all the calls and text I received from friends of both sides about my extreme reaction over her simple request. Don't know what she told them. So now I'm sitting wondering if I really went overboard and at the same time fighting the urge to run back to her, because deep inside even knowing my feelings for her are still there, the trust is gone and I'm not gonna spend all my time watching her movements, is not healthy, maybe in time, really don't know. Before anyone pointed out, yes I know, my reaction is pure reflection of me, not what she did or was about to do, or could do. So, did I went overboard? P.S. Sorry about my English, keep that in mind if you don't understand something on my reaction. Top comment, what you did was fine. If she was not satisfied with the relationship, she should have handled that with you, not by planning a love-making date with someone else. Oop replies, thanks, my point exactly. Update, Mike 43 meters GF 36F asked to open the relationship, and I just pointed her to the door. First of all, thanks for all the replies and upvotes, it never crossed my mind that this post would have this much attention. I just wrote it to put order in my ideas and vent a little, and with the hope a few people told me if I went overboard. But I didn't expected the amount of replies I got, so many thanks to all for that. Some people pointed that maybe I went overboard, that maybe she wasn't aware of my position on the subject. I replied to some, but there were too many comments to get back to all. So to clarify, maybe a year back approx we had a couple of friends in a similar situation, and for like a month that was the main theme of conversation on our group of friends, and every time I said that for me is a big no and if one person in a relationship need to be with other persons, well he should leave. About to the friends trying to mend things up, well they weren't totally aware of the situation. Yesterday after I posted here, and with my ideas more defined went to see a group of them and told them my point. All of them agree with me at different levels, some of them wanted to let it go, others wanted to burn her at the stake, of course a few girls in the group pointed that I could do things in a better way, and also there was a few question about if could consider give her another chance. But for me the main issue is not feelings, I know that I love her, but the trust is gone and I don't want to find myself wondering all the time what is she up to. After I left, my friends talked to other persons that weren't there and basically the waters have calm. If you are wondering what is she doing, really don't know. I got a few texts from her, but haven't read them yet, and don't think I will do it soon. Anyway, I know is not much, but this is all I got for now. Note, when I first joined this part of Reddit I didn't get what people get here by posting their relationship troubles, but I do get it now. Final update, Mike 43 meters GF 36F asked to open the relationship, and I just pointed her to the door. Hello to every stranger interested in how things ended. I wasn't much on the idea about posting any other update, but, some people have been asking, so, here it is. Finally after listening to various friends and some Reddit users, I talked to her, just to sort things out. Last Friday we meet at our regular place where we take coffee. At the distance, she looked great, so great that I just wanted to say FK it and drag her back to my place. It took a lot of restraining to not do it. When I got close to her, I noticed her sadness and she still has her eyes irritated from crying. We sat and before she could say a word I asked her to tell me the entire story and that please don't let anything out of it, that I needed and then I would ask her a few things and also needed all the true. The story is pretty basic. Around 2 months before she asked for the open relationship, on her girls dancing night out they meet this exotic good-looking guy. During the first month he was the new flavor that all the singles friends on the group were trying out, which leads to girl taking and sharing experiences. Eventually this guy, that was having his way with all the girls around him, set his eyes on Fran, and begun to flirt with her, taking her to dance floor having fun. Well here is when she should have stopped things, because we had an agreement with dancing night, that she would stay away from any guy, because, we guys are pigs and it's pretty rare that a guy just wanna dance. Anyway because of the excitement, she went for it, enjoyed the attention of this guy and had a great time dancing. Looking at the timeline, this was around the time I noticed that Fran was distant. Moving forward a few weeks her friends were sharing more intimate stories about this guy, and that got into her mind, she found herself fantasizing doing it with him. Also he was trying to make a move on her too, but from what she told me, she didn't went for it because she was with me. Drinks and drunken friends are bad counselors, and once the idea of open the relationship came out, they were over 2 weeks chatting about how to convince me, that because long time ago, I had 3 SMS and also swinge a little, I should be okay with the idea of open the relationship. But 3 SMS and swinging are things you do as a couple, and out of the pure excitement, at least for me, and was a long time ago, early 20s. All this lead to the day she asked to open the relationship. She told me that she and her friends never thought that I would end the relationship in the moment. That the worst scenario would be me getting angry and saying no. So there is no big deal in just asking. At this point I interrupt her and tell her that she should know better. We were together over 2 years and always share my thought about everything with her. She agrees. At this point I explained to her that I didn't break up with her for the question. I did it because there was already a guy, so for me that was a major trust issue. If this was some concern that came out natural, maybe we could have worked it out. In the worst scenario maybe we could found it an alternative, but the way things were, was an alert for me. We went around of the topic for a while, and then I begun to question her. Basically I asked if she was intimate with him at some point. She said she wasn't. If she developed some feelings for him, no she didn't, and lastly if she has seen this guy again, and that was also a no. Even if that is not much, that was a small relief. But I explained to her that I can't go back to her, I need to close this for my own health. Also I told her that we share a lot of friends and I don't want to lose any of them because of this and wouldn't be fair to ask them to choose, so we can behave like adults and keep things friendly. If my friends take one side is because they want it, not because I asked them to. She said how sorry she is, that if she could, would undo everything, but she knew it can't be done. She was about to cry, I was also too. Said it was a good moment to ask for the check and leave. I walked her to her car, opened the door for her just in habit of mine, and she started to cry. I couldn't help and hug her. We stood there about 10 minutes, when she calmed she got into her car and drove. I was at shock, went home, grabbed my camping gear, and drove to the mountain, spent it all the weekend there to clear my mind. Early this morning I was driving back to the city, and at the moment my phone grabbed signal, it got flooded with messages, from friends and family, all worried because basically I disappeared, without telling anybody. I text back to everyone telling that I was okay, that went out camping and at the moment was driving to work. Also I got a text from her, something on the lines that she feels that we are not over yet, and that she thinks I need time to leave all of this behind me, and she will wait in the hope of it. I haven't texted her back, because I'm pretty sure I'm done, but experience has taught me to never say never. So for now I'm gonna take easy, doing what I like, and see where things take me. Well that's it, thanks all for your support and advice. P.S. Sorry about my English.